Hi there, this is Dr. Hamdani, and in this video, I'll be talking about the importance of timing when managing behaviors. Whether you are a teacher, a manager, parent, or a business owner, in one capacity or other, you are trying to manage behaviors and hoping for favorable results. For example, if you're a teacher, you want your students to turn in their assignments on time. If you're a manager, maybe you want your employees to turn in their reports on time. A parent might be wanting their children to clean up their room, or a business wants their customers to buy their products. So, did you notice that in all of my examples above, I use very specific behaviors that can be observed? For instance, I said students will turn in their assignments on time. I didn't say students will learn. Although learning and broadening of your horizon are noble goals, they're too broad to be manageable as behaviors. So be specific in defining what behavior action you're trying to manage. It has to be observable and measurable. Next, think of, whenever possible, immediacy of rewards. I know it's not always possible, especially in workplace or real world, but still there are ways to mediate the delay between action and rewards, and I'll later talk about it. A lot of people don't understand the importance of immediacy of consequences. So I'll give you an example. Once I was discussing attendance issue with a fellow professor, and they said, "Yeah, of course, duh, I have class participation points, but still the attendance is an issue for me." So I replied, "So assign them as soon as possible after the class is over. Immediacy is the key." I'm not really sure they bought this point entirely, though they said it is worth a try. I sure hope they tried it. Immediacy of consequences is a basic principle of behavior. It is often overlooked, and people mistakenly believe they have done everything right. It's very, very important to make consequences as immediate as possible. Think of an employee. For them, a report is due, they also have a meeting coming up or another project, and another colleague has asked them to help them with something. You get the idea. People subconsciously perform analysis, and the work that has positive, larger, immediate, and certain outcomes gets priority over, let's say, something on the other end of the spectrum, negative or small, delayed, and uncertain outcomes, and entire shades of contingencies in between. And this is, by the way, called picnic analysis. So, as I was sharing the example above, like my fellow professor, I'm also experiencing a particular issue in undergrad students disappearing after midterm or mid semester. They just ghost you. And I've always awarded participation points for each class session. I also have attendance policy that you must email me in advance to have an excuse absence. Still, no effect on attendance or emailing in advance. Not sure how contingencies have changed post COVID. Perhaps in person presence is more onerous for students. But I tried something different, and I started assigning and communicating class participation points immediately as soon as was possible for me after the session, within a day, sometimes immediately. And because of that, I saw considerable improvement in attendance and also emailing behavior change. Basically, students were asking for more excused absences by emailing me in advance as I had requested. And this consistently went on throughout the semester. And I strongly believe that the only thing I changed was I was giving them their consequences that mostly positive, that, oh, I earned points immediately. So, again, people have multiple contingencies, multiple demands on their time. And if you want to compete with these contingencies, you better act fast and consistently. Put positive consequences and rewards in place for the behavior you want to see happen. Even few seconds of delay matters. And now let's talk about, let's say an employee completed a report, right? And in a real world, in a work setting, it's always not possible to, give consequences immediately. That doesn't happen in real world. But still, you can mediate some of these delays. For instance, praise is something, or saying thank you, or acknowledging that I really appreciate that you turned this on time. One thing is, this really affects people. But the other way you can mediate is, let's say you wanted to reward this and you rewarded it with some bonus. When you're giving the bonus, you can talk about how that report was amazing and I appreciate it and why I appreciate it, right? And that's the whole point is we need to be more focused on positive things that people do and tell them that we appreciate it and how it affects you. And this is one way that you can reinforce those behaviors so that people can continue doing some of the good things that make a difference in your life, in the world around us. So, again, I hope this draws attention to one very important thing that makes a difference: immediacy of consequences. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye bye.